folks. Welcome to Drone 2 Robotics, or welcome back to Drone 2 Robotics. And today we're going to be reviewing the Holystone hs210F. And as of recording this right now, it is Christmas Eve. As you can tell, I am totally dressed for it. I got my Hawaii t-shirt and everything. So Merry Christmas to all of you, or if you're watching this after Christmas, which most of you probably are, Happy New Year. So let's now get into the review of this drone. I do not have an unboxing this time. I actually did an unboxing video a few months ago. So if you want to see the unboxing of this drone and basic specs, go check that video out. It's in the beta short form, I believe. Start out with the specs, then move into the details of this particular drone. Now, the cost of this drone is somewhere around, I don't know the exact amount, I might put that up on the screen there, but it is somewhere around 30 bucks, I believe. Now, what kind of batteries does this thing take? Well, the remote takes 3 AAA batteries, and the drone takes a little bitty here removable battery, which the battery on this luckily is removable, because I don't like the drones or the RC stuff where the battery is kind of just stuck mounted in there. I like to be able to take the battery out. I like a removable battery. This is a 3.7 volt 300 milliamp hour battery, which should give you, they claim, I mean they always claim like, oh, I get 10 to 12 minutes of flight time, which you probably would if you just took off and hovered and didn't do anything. Just let the drone hover there, you could probably get that. But it has 3 speed modes, so especially if you're using it in higher speed mode, obviously climbing up at altitude is going to use a lot more battery and a lot shorter battery life, which is where I get around 6 to 8 minutes of actual flying time with this drone. Now, all the functions of what this thing can actually do, it has, of course, as I just explained, the 3 speed modes, low, medium, and high. It has a 360 flip mode where you go up and it'll do an acrobat mode 360. Totally, the drone will totally flip in the air. And it has different light customizations where you can make the lights flash, turn off, or solid, just different settings for your lights. Also, you have a return home function, which is not like a GPS drone where you hit return home and no matter where it is returned, it'll only return to you if the drone is in fact facing you. All it does basically is fly forward. Not really sure why that'd be called return home. Anyway, it has the 1 key takeoff and the 1 key land, so that way you don't have to manually take off with your joystick. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. I wish I had both options. Also, the design of this drone is kind of, the long body, kind of elongated here, and it looks a lot like a racing drone or like one of those F1 race cars. Now, before I forget the charging time, now depending on what outlet you plug it into, whether it be a battery bank or a wall outlet, the charging time may vary, but it's usually from 30 to 45 minutes of charging time from empty to full. Now, this Holystone, I would also say, is maybe not the greatest drone to fly outside, just because it is a rather light outside, just because it is not very wind tolerant of all. Like, I almost lost one time when I first got it. I fly up and then the wind just... Yeah. It is very crash tolerant, I will say, at the body and these prop guards all the way around it. I would say this would be an excellent beginner drone for all ages, I guess, whoever wants a drone and it starts flying, because it is also really good for younger kids, because it's a pretty safe. Let me put it that way. You don't have to worry about your hands getting in the props, and I don't think it would cut you even if you had, because there's not enough power, but it's a pretty safe one to, just like if you wanted to grab it out of the air, you wouldn't really have to worry about injuring yourself, hopefully. So I guess let's put the battery in this thing and then show you guys how it does while flying. So I'll do a flight for you guys here. So let's bring the camera in closer. And one of the cons I have on this drone, by the way, is the battery's not like really difficult to take in or take out, but I will say that if you don't have some practice doing it, or if you're not regularly taking the battery in and out, haven't done it, you'll learn within the first few times. But the battery is a little bit difficult to get in. But I found actually a technique that works really well. So what you do is you set the battery down in here, just set it down with the battery pushed all the way to the back of the drone. Then you push forward here, and that should be it. It should be locked. And now to power the drone on, you will use this little on and off switch, obviously, and just power that on. Make sure it's on a flat, level surface. And then you power the remote on. And then at the left joystick, you would go up and then down. And if the lights are not flashing, they go solid, that usually means you should be, in fact, connected. And if the lights are still flashing after you do that, just turn the remote or the drone on and off again until it reconnects. So you have the 1-key takeoff, 1-key land, or the toss function, which I'll show you guys all right here. So you just go up. I'm going to scoot my chair back a little bit. Okay, and as you can see, this drone is actually quite, it's very stable in the air. It is a very stable and easy to fly. Go ahead and land it. So here's what it looks like with the 1-key takeoff here. 1 second. It'll automatically go up and fly at about 2 or 3 feet. And then just hover there. Now turning, however, because this is such a long-bodied drone, is a little bit more difficult for it than it would be like a square-bodied drone. But you put it in a faster speed mode, and it obviously will turn faster. So I'm currently in speed 1 right now. Let's switch it to speed 2. Okay, we got a little bit faster. Let's switch it to speed 3. And that's the max speed of this. Now let me show you the 3D flip function here. All right. There we go. Bring it a little bit lower. And woo! Obviously, it's going to flip in a much tighter radius area when you flip it sideways. Now, the different light functions on this thing is the obviously solid, and to activate that you hold, now it's flashing, and then you can turn the front light off, which, now that I think about it, that might actually save a teeny tiny amount of battery. I don't know if it'd be enough to matter, but if you fly with the light off, it might actually give it a slightly longer battery lifetime. Probably not, though, but maybe so. And obviously, you got to activate that function. You got to hold just to press it is the return home, which only works if the drone is, in fact, facing you. Thing, as I was explaining earlier about the F1 racing car, this will actually not just fly, it'll kind of glide, not drive. I'll just show you what it does. Anyway, I don't know what to call it. It's kind of like an RC car function, but it can only move forwards. So here we go, and that's just by using the right joystick. So if you have it set like a little thin piece of plastic, little track set for it, and you set the drone over it like this, it'll actually follow that track around in whatever area you want it to go, like a Hot Wheels track or something like that. Get set, go! Well, the drone totally beat the Lamborghini. This drone would be an excellent drone to like fly through when practicing like through obstacle courses, like drone obstacle courses and things, just because of its extreme durability. You could literally run it into anything and not be a problem at all, I don't think. Excellent build quality, decent flight time, very durable, obviously, and just the company brand, Holystone, their customer service is phenomenal. I love their customer service. They're very helpful with any questions that I have to ask them. You can either call them, email them, whatever you want to do. So those people are actually very, very helpful. So yeah, I would actually totally recommend this drone as a gift or just buying it just to practice, especially a little practice toy. There's a lot of other drones out there, little cheap Chinese stuff that likes to break. Often if you want an actually halfway decent quality for about the same amount, I'd go with something like this. This is a very, very decent quality. At least it has been for me, in my opinion. I have crashed this thing several times and it still works fine. So I guess that pretty much wraps up the review for the Holystone hs210F. And if you have any questions, please just leave them down in the comments. Actually recording this on Christmas Eve. As you can tell, I am all dressed. You probably are. Happy New Year's and happy life. That's the best I can
Live.
Flying it around, it has 3 speed modes, and you can actually use this as an F1 race car. Let me rephrase this. See, drone. And light. I would not recommend flying this particular drone. Ugh.
I have a question.
Well, it's a good thing that it's got a good case on it.
I have a question. Why'd you do that?
I didn't mean to do that. I guess until next time, this is Drone 2 Robotics. Over and out.